Hi there, my name is Richard Scarsbrook, and I am here in celebration of World Read Aloud Day. Today I'm going to read for you a clip from the first chapter of my brand new teen novel, Nothing Man and the Purple Zero, which was published by Dancing Cat Books. And the first chapter of the book is called Greatness Thrust Upon Them. Maybe it was destiny. Perhaps the die was cast years ago. It is possible that their latent heroism was already inside them, that their imminent stardom was already in the cards. Could it be that their future was determined during that fateful incident at their grade 8 graduation? It is often those whom we least suspect who step forward to take charge in times of chaos and peril. Maybe it was their destiny to become superheroes. It was hot and sticky inside the Fairville Public School gymnasium on the evening of their grade 8 graduation ceremony in June. Every student in their class of 28 went home afterward with some kind of athletic, academic, or citizenship award. Everyone except Bill Brown, Marty Apostrophes, and Elizabeth Murphy.
We would now like to ask all of our graduates to join us on stage to receive their graduation diplomas,
Mr. Pureshacker said, like a man who was looking forward to enjoying a nice glass of brandy in the quiet comfort of his own home. So, the awardless Bill, Marty, and Elizabeth joined the rest of their classmates atop the tiny stage, pressing themselves into the only small space that remained, directly beside the principal's lectern. For each of his 22 years as principal of Fairville Public School, Mr. Pureshacker had concluded the grade 8 graduation ceremony by quoting the same inspirational line.
As the great William Shakespeare wrote in his play The 12th Night, "Be not afraid of greatness."
He paused for dramatic effect.
Some are born great.
He glanced over at Lance Goodfellow and Virginia Sweet with their armloads of trophies.
Some achieve greatness.
His eyes swept across the students gathered in the middle of the stage, each clutching a Fairville Public School letter award.
And some...
Mr. Pureshacker paused again, removing his round eyeglasses. He looked directly at Marty Apostrophes, and then at Elizabeth Murphy, and then finally at Bill Brown, his face uncharacteristically animated. His eyebrows arched dramatically upward, his eyes wide and bulging.
And some...
He clutched his chest and stepped away from the lectern.
Some have greatness thrust upon them.
Mr. Pureshacker lurched backward, teetering on his heels. When he stumbled forward and toppled over the edge of the stage. With a dull thud, he hit the floor face down, arms and legs splayed out at awkward angles. While everyone else just stood in awe, motionless, still processing what had happened, Bill Brown leapt from the stage. He was followed by Elizabeth and Marty. They knelt around their fallen principal. "Sir, can you hear me?" Bill yelped, rolling Mr. Pureshacker onto his back, loosening the principal's tie, gripping his wrist, feeling for a pulse. "Sir? Sir?" "Mr. Pureshacker," Elizabeth cried out. "Mr. P," Marty said. "Say something, Mr. P." "Greatness thrust upon you," Mr. Pureshacker rasped. Those were Oliver Pureshacker's final words. His eyes fluttered and closed. Maybe Mr. Pureschacker's final words, spoken directly to Bill Brown, Elizabeth Murphy, and Marty Apostrophes, were merely coincidental. Perhaps those words didn't really mean anything special. Maybe, in the throes of death, Mr. Pureshacker didn't really know who he was talking to. But maybe he did know. And maybe those words really did mean something. Perhaps the die was cast as early as the evening of their grade 8 graduation. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Maybe it was their destiny to become superheroes.